Today's adventure begins before the sun rises. It's still really early as a recording of this Tuesday, October 3rd, 2023. I'm checking out of my accommodations here at Disney's Aulani Resort here in Oahu, Hawaii. Looking at the lazy river down below, looking shrouded in darkness. The water slide shaped like a volcano, and can't even see the ocean or the beach out there at this time frame. Heading to Los Angeles, California, LAX, out of Hawaii. About a 5.5 hour flight today, Hawaiian Airlines. And then from LAX, my mom and I are heading down to Anaheim. See you later, Aulani. All right, till another time, or till next time, room. Well, it probably won't be the same room, but this is the living room. Till next time, another living room. So early, it's quiet, like nobody else is up. I know, it's just now 5 a.m. Welcome everyone, TheDailyWoo here. Gonna get my rental car, take it from here, fill it up with gas, heading to the airport, dropping the rental car off, taking a small shuttle over to the gate, and then departing. Also, wearing an appropriate hat because today is game 1 of the wild card series against the Texas Rangers, Tampa Bay Rays. It's in St. Pete. Time did not coordinate correctly with me being there. I am hoping that they can at least take 2 out of 3, well, take 2 out of 3 against the Rangers and move on to the ALDS, the American League Division Series, because I will be back in town for that and hopefully traveling to some postseason games. Will not be attending the wild card, so I'll be crossing my fingers today, listening and watching. Hopefully there's Wi-Fi on the plane. It's an early game. The flight takes off at 8 here. The game starts at 9 a.m. here, so while I am in the air, first pitch is at 3 p.m. in Florida, 6 p.m., 3 p.m. there, 9 a.m. here, 6 hour time difference. Very confusing. It'll be a 3 hour time difference when I get to LA. Got my bag. My mom's already over at the rental. We gotta get moving. Join me on this travel day, shall you? I went to check out and they said, I could use my magic band, but it's in the bag. They said just hang on to this not only as a little souvenir, but also to exit without being charged for parking, because parking is $37 a day, but if you're a DVC member, parking is included. So gotta hang on to this on the way out. Hear all those birds over there.
Yes.
5:13 a.m. Birds are all waking up. We are leaving. Yes, and even at 5:24 a.m. in Hawaii, traffic. There's a lot more traffic in Hawaii than I kind of sort of thought there would be. My expectations where there wouldn't have been this much traffic, but there is. Self-pumping gas nozzle is not working very well, so non-self-pumping gas nozzle in full effect. Price of gas here, $4.85 a gallon. Yeah, we're about to drop the rental car off. Over here they have these things called lay stands. And I'm guessing they're little tables, and each person, there's Dora's, there's Gladys's. But there's no one out right now, but I guess possibly that's where you show up and get your lay. If there was someone over there when you're arriving, not departing.
Could be. Lay stands, yeah. Maybe people getting off the planes or whatever coming out. They wouldn't be coming this direction though.
That exciting moment when I feel as if the tires are going to be punctured driving over these. They never are. But I always feel like that will happen. All right, left the keys on the dash, dropped it off, heading to the gates. This is interesting too, you don't see it too many places. No luggage allowed on escalators. I'm pretty sure people do, but we're gonna take the elevator. Okay, there is a walkway to some of the airlines. However, Hawaiian Airlines, there are buses over to the gates. Only had to wait about a minute before we saw it. Of course, I don't know if it's stopping, but sun's starting to rise over there in the sunset. Or sunrise, not sunset. You know what I'm saying? Sunrise, not sunset. Kind of see a reflection in that window over there. Go again.
I was noticing that too.
Looking for gate 2D. All right, there's some final calls happening right now. Ours is not a final call. Ours is the second one from the top to LAX. There are no direct flights. Well, there might be. I don't think there are. To John Wayne, so we are flying to LAX, and then I am not going to rent a car for the few days in Anaheim. We're going to take either taxi, Uber, Lyft, something like that, rideshare. We'll get down there somehow, and then we fly out. We'll take one back up to LAX, back to Orlando in a couple days. 7:50 a.m. Gate 2D, and there's the flight number right over there. Now, even though we are going here, there's no one in this line, so I guess it doesn't matter what line you're in. We're just gonna do this. There's no one here. All right, that was pretty quick and easy. I didn't realize the checkpoints that you go through, the metal detectors, is actually called a millimeter wave technology screening. I read the sign. I never realized it had an official name. All right, I guess we got to take the Wiki shuttle, terminal shuttle, to gate C, D, E, F, and G, because we're in D2. These are all the A gates, even though the screening is all for the same area. So now we got to take a shuttle. That must be the Wiki shuttle right there. There's also an agricultural inspection. This is just, yeah. I thought we were going to be right at the gates, but evidently we're not. All right, this does in fact go to D2. Didn't know we were going to be getting on another shuttle bus. One thing I am really disappointed about with Hawaiian Air, on the way here out of LAX, they ended up canceling the flight and getting rid of the flight about 12 hours before, but no real reasoning. So I had to book another stay for another night in LA, book another rental car for another day. Ended up getting to Hawaii, so basically the room that we had at Aulani kind of just sat empty for an entire night until we got in the next day, which wasn't too big of an issue. But there's also, so this is an interesting fact, there is no Wi-Fi on these particular airlines from LAX to here and now back to LAX. So remember I was mentioning the Tampa Bay Rays are playing. They're going to be playing live not only on ABC but also on the MLB app that I have and all that. But I will not be able to watch any of the game because there's no Wi-Fi, not even a paid Wi-Fi. It is really nice. I mean, obviously they give you the iPads and you can watch movies and things like that, but no live television and no Wi-Fi. So just a heads up, if you're going to fly Hawaiian Air out of LA or maybe anywhere, they said possibly next year they will be getting Wi-Fi. So I will not know until I land and turn off of airplane mode. I will not know who has won the game because the game will be over, game one. by the time I land. So it's gonna be interesting when I turn my phone back on to see who won the game. But yeah, take a look at this, completely open air. So the next best thing to not being at the game, which trust me, out of anywhere I would want to be, is in Tampa Bay, Tropicana Field, in St. Pete, watching the game. The next best thing would be to either listen to it live or hear it live or watch it live, but that's just not gonna happen. So I'm kind of like strike two for me on this series. Remember what I was talking about open air? Take a look at this. Have you ever seen a flight information thing that has a little bird prickly thing so the birds don't land up there? There it is, right over there, Hawaiian Airlines. And this weird thing, well, not weird thing, but I have this thing, obviously, when following the Rays, I've been to, I think, 18 stadiums, and depending on how the postseason goes, I might do more stadiums than that, because the way the postseason lines up, they will be playing teams of stadiums I have not been to while rooting for the Rays. There's a lot of baseball talk, but this is all I mentioned about the baseball till later when I check the score. But I have this thing where in the postseason, I would just want to be there for it. And even if they were to lose, even if they don't go to the World Series, I feel like I not only want to be there, but I kind of need to be there, just with kind of how I've been following the team. And even if I was there and they were losing, I would be okay with that. More okay with that than not being there, if that makes sense. Again, just how beautiful this is. Open air, all open air. Well, not all open air, but open air. And you can even get you can even smell a little sea salt breeze in the air. This is the postseason bracket. Obviously, Texas is playing at the Trop, so I've already knocked that stadium off. But let's say Tampa Bay advanced. I haven't been to the Baltimore Stadium. And then let's say they advance over Baltimore and move into the next spot. I haven't been to Toronto, I haven't been to the Minnesota Stadium, and I haven't been to the Houston Stadium. And then let's say they make it all the way here to the final bracket of the World Series, American League versus National League. Any of these teams, I have not been to the Braves while the Rays are there, I've not been to Dodger Stadium, I've not been to Phillies, and I've not been to Brewers. So any of those could work out for additional, again, while the Rays are there. There's a front view here of D2 off to LAX.
Our flight time today is 4 hours and 58 minutes. We extend a special welcome to our frequent flyers.
So this time frame that we're flying in, so when we flew in, it was more of a lunch to dinner, like a dinner time. But now it is brunch time. It should be breakfast and lunch. And this is the menu that they're going to be having. And there is a preset item. You get the beverages, of course. You got the first course, which is seasonal fresh fruits, a croissant with butter and jam. And then the main course, cage-free egg omelet and green beans, spinach and tomato, goat cheese, macadamia nut pesto, roasted potatoes, and cane sugar bacon. So that's what we're going to be having, and they have all these items as well down here. I just asked for a coffee and some water. And Mom got coffee and water also. Take a look at the safety card here, wearing an Aloha shirt. And then with a little flower on, the lay on, and an appropriate floral pattern shirt there.
Our flight time today is 4 hours and 58 minutes.
How many, not runway, but how many taxi areas go right by the water? Look at this. I haven't seen too many that I've been on anyway. to the water. That's wild. From this seat, there are 4 windows that I could technically look out of. That's pretty nice. And out that window will be the last bit of land until California and Los Angeles, the west coastline of the continental United States, even though we're going east. I think I'm gonna watch a little Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, 161 minutes. All right, and this is what we're dealing with. Like some bacon there. Some omelet action, some fruit, croissant, got another refill on coffee, got some Aloha original blend soy sauce.
Thank you.
And even included is it's like a pineapple cake here. Some sort of a little dessert cake option with some pineapple flavoring in there. You got a strawberry on the side. Ended up getting one of these Aloha Maids Paso Guava Nectar, which is really good. I had these when we were on the islands and at the resort, so ended up getting another one here, made in Hawaii in the can, and they put it in the ice as well. Would you like that in the can? No, I'll have it right here. The thing that's nice about these seats is you can lay them completely down like a bed and take a little nap. Just clouds and water. A couple more little snacky things they brought, little snack mix here. Pretzels and dried bread, things like that, and milk chocolate Aloha Max. A gift of Aloha. Lots of snacks. And clouds.
I'm going to turn the seatbelt sign on at this time, and it will be landing in about 36 minutes. Scheduled arrival time is 4:06 this afternoon. Weather in Los Angeles is a beautiful, sunny Monday afternoon. Winds are out of the west at 12 knots, 10 statute miles. Basically, skies are clear. Temperature about 76 degrees. We'll be landing on one of the 2-5 left runways, and we should get you into parking at the Tom Bradley International Terminal shortly after landing. This would be a good time to start putting everything away and prepare for arrival. And on behalf of the over 7,000 employees at Hawaiian Airlines, we just want to say mahalo nui loa for flying with us. We really appreciate your decision to choose Hawaiian for your flight today to Los Angeles. Hope you have a great time in California, or wherever your travels are taking you. Aloha, and we hope. Looking forward to serving you again. Mahalo.
In-flight offer for you to earn 60,000 token Hawaiian miles after your first purchase within 90 days of account opening. As an exclusive in-flight bonus, guests who apply online illegally.
All right, first signs of land coming in here on these little islands. The California coastline. Almost to LA.
Please still fasten seatbelts. Window shades will need to be up. All the way raised up for the landing, please. All service items will be collected. Thank you.
There it is. Southern California shoreline. Coming in from this direction. Alright, making a turn. Angling around. Is that the runway down there, possibly? No, I don't think that's the runway. We're getting there though. Like that's the LA River down there.
Cabin crew, please be seated for landing. Mahalo.
Oh yeah. Some traffic going down there. Traffic. It is going to be rush hour getting from LAX to Anaheim, so that's going to be fun. All part of the experience. about to touch down. Most importantly, I can turn my phone off of airplane mode, which is going to turn to Tuesday, October 3rd at 4 p.m. once I change it from airplane mode, and check the score. Stay tuned. In real time. Alright, taking it off of airplane mode.
Los Angeles, this is the LAX International. Local time is 4:07 p.m.
The Rangers won.
Aircraft will be taxiing over to the Bradley terminal.
Well, that's a real bummer.
Stay seated with your seatbelt fastened until Captain Kai turns off the seatbelt sign. We do appreciate you choosing Hawaiian Airlines today. We look forward to seeing you again soon. Until then, we'd like to extend to you our very warmest aloha and mahalo for flying Hawaiian Airlines, as there will be a floor level change. Customer service agents will be available there for any questions or concerns. Allow gate check strollers, car seats, personal wheelchairs about 10 minutes to come up topside inside of the jet bridge for you. If you've ordered a wheelchair, please stay seated. We'll call you to the door when the wheelchairs are available and the porters are able to assist. Friendly reminder to check about you, seat pockets, and the overhead compartments. For all of your carry-on articles you brought on board with you, please do not leave anything on board the aircraft. Use caution when you open up the overhead bins, and no smoking until you're in smoking designated areas outside of the terminal. The terminal inside is smoke-free. Applications for the World Elite MasterCard.
And there was the flight. Pulled up to gate 204. Man. I thought the Rays were going to take game one with Glasnow on the mounds. Best 2 out of 3, so they could pull back tomorrow, but man, waited all year to try to go to a postseason game. And that is not a good start to the postseason. Do not want the season to end without me going to another game, but if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. Shutout today. Bummer. Alright, just got to find out where the rideshare pickup area is, or where the taxis meet, or anything like that. Not really. Usually I rent cars most places I go, but because we're only here a couple of days, just gonna get a little short commute without renting a car down to Anaheim, and then back up here instead of having a car, because we're gonna just be basically around Anaheim. But, okay, this is different. This artwork's called Sleepy, and it's a bunch of gators snoozing at their desks. Look at this. Taking a little nap action for gators. Interesting piece of artwork right here. See, no issues with luggage on the escalators here at LAX. All bets are off. You want luggage on the escalators? You put luggage on the escalators. One thing's for sure, it is a really long walk to the ground transport area from the gate we were at. But take a look at this. Kind of neat, like Plinko and a maze and all the bells and whistles here, the gears, marbles dropping in and out. All right, almost there. So if you fly in and out of the international area, which is where Hawaii goes, even though not technically international, it is part of U.S. soil, even though it's not in the continental U.S., you have to fly out of international area of LAX. It is a hike to the gates. Just keep that in mind. These are very beautiful little bird murals through here. Alright, evidently we have to take this shuttle over here at the LA exit area to the ride app pickups. I think we have to take this to the Uber section. I think I had to double check, I looked it up, and it appears as if we're going over to another section, the same kind of area, not the rental car area, but over off-site where the Ubers now pick up. Years ago, I took Uber and Lyft and ride shares from the top of the horseshoe area. I guess a couple of years ago they changed the policy now and you have to take a bus over just to stop the congregation of vehicles and cars around the horseshoe at LAX. All part of the experience. Okay, so gotta go over here, go across the crosswalk, across the way over there. I will say, Hawaiian Airlines, it was awesome. Lots of room, lots of leg room, the iPad with the movies, all that was great. There was 2 negatives. Not a huge deal with the Wi-Fi. Today it would have been a little bit of a deal, but it would have been nice to have been able to have the Wi-Fi, but not that big of a deal. So that's the one thing. But the second one is a really kind of big issue that I need to call and get completely rectified when it comes to the flight that my mom and I took. There was actually a 3rd ticket that I had purchased for my dad who was not able to come, and he ended up not being able to make it on the Hawaiian trip. So I had a 3rd ticket in the same seat section that I purchased back in March of 2023. Way ahead of the September. I always like to pre-plan when it comes to stuff like that. And that is pretty much the second part of the issue with Hawaiian Air. Because the way the refund policy works is it is 1 year, so it goes into an account. The refund amount of money that I got for the 3rd ticket that was not used is put into a account. You don't get the money back. It goes in there and you can purchase another ticket on Hawaiian Air, but it has to be within 12 months of when you purchase it, not when the flight would have been. So my plan was every year to go to Hawaii around the same time in September, but I cannot use that 1 ticket. If I wanted to use that 1 ticket that I had already paid for, I have to fly somewhere that Hawaiian Airlines goes before March, early March 2024. I don't really have any plans to go out there, and I was looking, they don't, in the subsidiary branches of of Hawaiian Airlines, that credit is not good for that. So I'm gonna have to call, I have to figure all that out. It's a little disappointing, but we'll get all that figured out. Figured out all that over time, because I have no agenda to go back all the way to Hawaii to use that until around this time of next year, give or take a month, and I would not be able to use that credit. And if I don't use the credit by early March 24, it's gone. But that credit only will be from flights from the West Coast to Hawaii and back and forth, so I can't use it in the continental United States. Now what are you gonna do? Check out all the LA exit. Right over there. You could also do a taxi, but I've already ordered the rideshare. So I don't know, I'm not saying I'll never fly Hawaiian again but yeah, I don't know. There are other airlines that go to Hawaii. But man, those were some really nice seats. Really nice. I mean, the flight was awesome. I can't deny that. The flight, the food, the experience, the legroom, all incredible. But those are just the 2 little things, and hopefully the thing for next year gets rectified. All right, our shuttle has arrived. Oh yeah, add in everything else that I said, but also the fact that the flight that we had out of LA to Hawaii was completely just for no understandable reason, but just ended up being canceled. And they didn't even have an explanation, so I had to book another hotel room when we were in Hollywood and extend the rental car from one day and lost a complete day. So the room was sitting empty at Aulani. So I'm hoping that when I end up calling, I can kind of use that and they can get it dialed in. But anyway. Slowly in traffic. It's one of these, either this one or that one was using the intro scene from La La Land when all the cars are parked and the dancing and all that. I think it is that one right there. You can see the skyline off over in the distance there. Of course, obviously it was a lot higher up than where I'm at in the car, but